How's it going, guys? It's Louis here. We're going to cover Solana again. We haven't looked at it for a while. The last time we looked at it, I think we were in around here, 68. I did say, though, that we were potentially going to come back down to 58, and that would be a perfect entry. But you can see we did not even come back to the moving averages. I think I said that in and around here, and at the time the moving averages were here. So if we did dump, you would have been held up by that. But you can see there was so much strength in Solana that you didn't even come to the moving average. There was so much momentum in it that it didn't even need to come to the daily 20 moving average for a retest. It was so strong that I didn't need to do that, and so we just carried on. We got a bit parabolic, and that's why we're seeing this dump off now with all the cryptos anyway. But as long as you're not losing key levels of support, we're still good to go to our targets. Now, in the last video we were around here, and I was saying that our end of bull market target was going to be around $240, but you can see as well also from the last video we've actually gone up a total of 200%. So if you did take the trade, obviously it wasn't financial advice, it was for educational purposes only, but if you did take the trade, you would have got roughly 200% gains. And I think in my crypto community chat I posted in my chat around $177 for the people that entered from down here, which was $24, because this is where we entered back in April. I said to those people when we got to $177 to take about, if they wanted, I took about 30% out, roughly around there, and that was a 622% gain. Obviously the people in chat, they do what they want, but if they want to copy me, they can do as they wish with the info. I'm only doing it for educational purposes only. It's not financial advice. So it's very key about these EMAs, because these are key levels of support, and so are these levels here. So in a bull market, you really don't want to lose this level here, and so this is really how low we want to go. And so the longer you take to come down, the higher this comes up. So you can see it's currently above it, so we shouldn't even go to the previous all-time high, basically, because this is what you don't do anyway in a bull market. You make an all-time high, you break it, and you find support above it. You can see this in Bitcoin as well and in other coins. So we've made our high. We just missed the 2.272 at $240, which was our end of year target, but we're still far off the end of the year, and I do think at the end of the year we will dump, but I don't think that will be the end of the bull run. I think we'll have like another 70% correction or not for all the cryptos, maybe a bit less for Bitcoin and whatnot, maybe like 55% for Bitcoin, and so that would be the bear market scare. But then we'll continue into late next year, but not late next year, into next year, maybe Q1 or halfway through the year. Could even go on to the end of next year. But we need to see how it goes first. So we're too close, basically, to Solana's end of year target. We're only 80% off of it from now, but when we were at the peak, we were 13% away, and this is why people were taking profits, because usually people take profits a little bit before the target, because the whales are aware of these targets, so they're going to obviously take profits a bit before that, because people are waiting and waiting and waiting and adding and adding and adding until this target is met. It doesn't get met, people don't sell because they think it's a little pullback, and then they see it dumping more and then they sell. And then those people that sell, the whales are buying it at the key levels of support, which are the moving averages. This wasn't strong enough, because when you had your bullish cross, you still haven't tested this moving average, the 55. So we're going to come back down to it, which is what we're seeing right now. And that is lining up with our 1618, $115. So what we can see is if we hold here, which is your previous swing high, now as a swing low, from here we're going to continue up. And because we're still because our end of year target was 240, but we're not at the end of the bull run yet, I think that this target is too close. So what we can see Solana do is go all the way to the 3618 at $1,000 basically. So obviously it won't be an easy journey. We might, let's say, get to the 2618, dump, get to the 3, dump. It won't be exactly like this, but this is the sort of way we're going to get up there, where we're going to have like a few months, like a month dip or a few months dip, just like what we're experiencing right now. But yeah, that's Solana. I'm going to keep doing daily updates on Solana. That was the daily time frame. Let's take a look at the 4 hour now. So for Solana on the 4 hour, let's zoom in. So we need to look for key levels of support and resistance in this range basically, and so we have a middle point, and we can actually use the psychological level here, $1.45, a round number. So I'm going to place a level of support slash resistance. You can see in the past, resistance, support, 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 broke below, broke back above, support, support, broke under, resistance, resistance. So this is the level that we want to go back above if we want the dip to end, if we want to continue up basically. So we want to basically hold the 1618 at 115, and so eventually get above this blue line at $145. And if so, we'll eventually get back above the 2 and then head to our previous end of year target, which I don't think will be now, end of bull run target, sorry, and then continue onwards to our end of bull run target at $1,000. So let's try and look at some patterns on the chart. So what I'm seeing right now for Solana is a potential falling wedge, which is a bullish pattern basically. It's a bullish reversal pattern because price is coming down, getting constricted between support and resistance, and the moves are getting smaller and smaller and smaller until a move is forced. Over here we had a fake out, realized that I didn't draw the line like this because I'm not getting as many touches. You want to draw a line that has the most touches basically, as many touches as possible, because it's more accurate. And when these lines are acting as support and resistance, it's even more accurate. So that's why we know this psychological level here is accurate, because we have resistance and support, support, support. So we know it's accurate. So, and then you can see it's all lining up together in and around this area. So this is basically your key area to break. And notice when we got to this resistance, it was lining up with our 20 EMA, which had the bearish cross signaling. That's your confirmed inner downtrend, which we are. Short-term one at the moment. It's still holding key levels of support, resistance, support. So that's all good. So let's say we were to lose this in the short term, you'd probably come to in and around this area, whether that's 96 cents or $92, sorry. So you see when we got rejected by the 20 and the top of the wedge, we came to the bottom of the wedge and we actually broke below it last night. But what did we fail to do? We failed to close below it basically. This is very positive. Let me drag this a bit. Yeah. So you did actually close below it, but what's positive is that you got back straight above it. You see, when you break below something, you want it to slowly and eventually come back up and then drop. You want space in between, but we didn't get that. You instantly came back above, and we're trying to find a level of support before breaking out and going up. It won't be as easy as that. You could get to here, drop back to this, drop it to it again, and then eventually go up. So it's just, this is a bearish pattern. Once you break out, it's a bullish, this is a bullish reversal pattern. You're bearish, but it's a bullish reversal pattern. So you should go to the upside. I think you have like a 65% chance of going to the upside and 35 breaking to the downside. But however, you have a target, and your target is the top of the wedge. So if we break out above here, we want to see us get above $145, and when we get above $145, that is when I'll be confident that we're going back to the top over here at $211. And that, if you take this trade, not financial advice, but if you were to take this trade, that would be a gain of 45% gains. Perfect, guys. I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.